All right. Hey guys, welcome back to another DOY Creations video. I am Jeanette, aka Sarayah. And before I get started, I always like to give glory, honor, and praise to the Most High. All right, you guys, this is going to be a all-in-one type of video. I was going to do this video in sections, but they're not long enough to actually do them in section. So I figure I'll go ahead and just wrap it all up in one video. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I would like to share with you all, and this is going to be a Q&A. I had some subscribers or people that was asking me some questions, and I wanted to address them in this video right here. So the first thing that I would like to share with you all is, y'all know I do my Sunday morning live. I usually do my Sunday morning live on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. That is Central Standard Time. However, my internet does not always like to act right, okay? It would not allow me to be great on Sundays when I run that 2 hours. So I decided to let's narrow it down to a 1 hour section and see how that works. So instead of going on at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, my new time is going to be 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm just going to do it for 1 hour. So it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. So please find out what time that is in your neck of the woods. I already got the notification out there, and just click on notify me. When you hit on notify me, YouTube will let you know 30 minutes in advance before that person actually goes live. So new timing, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. I'll have everything that you need to know in my description box below. All right, we got that out the way. Oh, Dr. Katrina from Mindful Crafts and More. If you're not familiar with her channel, I'll make sure I leave her link down below. She had blessed me with some Happy Mail. Now, I got this Happy Mail a little while ago, guys, but I never came back to share it with you all, so I figure I'd go ahead and do that. I forgot the young lady, Kayla, who she purchased this from. If I find out, I'll leave it down below. But it is a beautiful mug. And this mug says, it's a beautiful day to crochet. All right. So it's a beautiful day to crochet. Thank you, Dr. Katrina, for this mug. Oh, and it's pink. And I'm wearing pink. Yeah, that is so cute. So she purchased it from, I believe the young lady name is Kayla. But I'll make sure I try to have that information for you down below. All right, you guys. So those are the things that I would like to come by and share with you guys. Now I'm getting ready to do the Q&A. And I'll pop the person name, hopefully, across the screen. Someone asked me about, okay, so I did a video on how to do the crochet ruffle hat. All right. This is one of my crochet ruffle hats. And I know these hats been out for a while, but they are so popular. They're so beautiful. And I got a lot of questions once I post that video. And so I decided that I'm going to answer those questions with you guys right here and right now. The first question, and I'll show who is asking this question somewhere on here. They asked me, how do you weave in the drawstring? There's probably more to that question, but overall, that's what they wanted to ask. So I'm going to flip my camera around so that I can show you verbatim how I weave in my drawstring. All right. So here's the drawstring. Here's the ruffle hats. So let's see how I do it. Okay. So I am back. So here's my long drawstring. In the video, I do share with you guys how I accomplished this long drawstring. All I did was take 2 strands of yarn and just start making a long chain. That is how I make my drawstring. So here's my hat. And you can go wherever you want inside here. You know, on your hat, you can go wherever you need to. But I take my drawstring and I do just that. I grab my drawstring and I pull it through. I'm going to go in row 2. All right. You want to kind of get it towards the bottom of your project, because when a person get ready to tie it up, if they need to make that adjustment, they'll be able to easily grab it. All right. So I usually skip 5 or 4, whichever one you want to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5, I go and I put the drawstring through there. It's kind of hard to see it because I got all these ruffles, but you see how I just pulled that through. Now I got that through at the bottom. I'll go back up the top and I count the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I bring it up through there. With my finger, I'm just bringing it up just like this. I count 4 again. Always on the 5th one, I'm inserting the drawstring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5 is where I'm gonna take my drawstring and push it through and make it come to the bottom. There's the bottom of it, pull through. And I repeat that all the way around, making sure that I stay on the same row that I started with. But let me show you how it looks once I get back to there, or the beginning. Okay, so I made it all the way around, just in and out. But you can see this strand right here is out, but this strand right here is in. So I'm just going to go underneath my hat, and that extra space that I see right here, I'm just going to pull my end up just like this. So now I have made it all the way around my hat. I like my drawstring to lay to the side. And the purpose of this drawstring is I make my ruffle hats pretty much one size fits most, not all. People have different size head circumference. So I use the drawstring in case I need to bring the hat in. So I hope that was helpful to the person that asked me how to weave in the drawstring. All right, so that is a couple of people that asked me that. I know on my video, I did share with you all how to make the drawstrings. Just pull it so it can be the same size on both ends. And then just tie it up like you're tying up a shoestring. So hopefully that helped. If you're watching the video who asked me that question, let me know that in the comments below. Now, not all the time when I'm making my crochet ruffle hats that is necessary for you to add a drawstring. So it brings me to the next question. Well, someone asked me, and I have who asked me this question, how long does it take to make a ruffle hat? And to answer that question fairly, everyone crochets differently. Now, for me, it takes anywhere between 10 hours to even up to 12 hours to make a complete ruffle hat. From start to finish, I'm going to guesstimate about 10 to 12 hours to complete this hat. As you can see from my tutorial, I'm not going to spend that 10 or 12 hours making a hat, but doing ruffle hats, it is time consuming and it definitely eats up a lot of yarn, especially if you want those ruffles to be in depth the way that I have mine there. So anywhere between 10 to 12 hours, give yourself some grace because you don't want to rush the process, because even with rushing it, it's still not going to make the process go any faster. So take your time, enjoy it, because the outcome is absolutely beautiful. I want to insert this part right here. Not all of my ruffle hats, like this is one I just completed, needs a drawstring. And so you don't necessarily have to have a drawstring if you don't want it. That leads me to my next question, is how to make the hat smaller, because the hat that I made, it came out, well, whoever is making it says that the hat comes out a little bit larger than they like it to be, and that's okay. Let me show you what you can do. In my tutorial, I have the crochet hook of a 5.5. All right, you probably don't see that too well, but this is a letter I and a 5.5 crochet hook. How do you make it smaller if you don't want it to be that much volume? Well, there's a few things you can do. One of the things you can do, you can drop your hook size. So if I am using a 5.5 and the hat is too large for your hook, for your head, you can drop down to a 5.0. All right. So drop a hook size down to 5.0, and that would make your hat smaller. Another way that you can make the hat smaller is when someone has a tutorial and you want to alter that tutorial to your liking, another thing you could do is you can change the stitch. Now, I have made the ruffle hat with no drawstring, and instead of using double crochet, I use half double crochet. I use the same size crochet hook. The only thing differently I did with that one was instead of double crochet, I dropped down to half double crochet. That made the hat fit a whole lot snug, and it didn't use you didn't need to have a drawstring. So anytime that you're doing any pattern that you feel like is too small or is too large, play around with the hook size, or even change the stitch from whatever they're asking, and you can change it to the next stitch. Because, you know, single crochet is the smallest. The half double crochets, then you go up to double crochets, treble crochets. So those determine the size of your project. So you could definitely change it from the stick, follow the same pattern, but change the stitch or change the crochet hook. I hope that helps. Let me know. I did answer the question in the comments, but I wanted to, in case you didn't see the comments, you'll be able to see this video with me talking about it. So I hope that was clear and it made sense to you. I too have to alter patterns. Some things are small. I want to get done with it sooner. I increase the stitch. I may, make it into a larger stitch. So instead of using half double crochet, I'll bump it up to double crochet, and even sometimes I bump it up to treble crochet. So change the stitch and or change your crochet hook will alter the pattern so that it can fit to the size that you would like. Now, even though I didn't give all that information in my tutorials, guys, for me are free. So when I'm doing my tutorials, I'm just doing the tutorials, okay? In the future, I would like to write patterns, and in my patterns, I will be giving all the correct measurements and things of that sort. But when I'm doing a tutorial, my whole objective is to give you the fundamental of the pattern, or just give you the pattern, and then, you can definitely tweak it however you need it to go. All right, you guys. So I think those were the only thing that I wanted to stop in to share with you all today. I would like to say thank you so much for taking the time out to click on this video. If you have more questions that you would like for me to address concerning my tutorials, because I don't address anyone else's patterns and or their work. But if you got any other questions that regarding my tutorials that you feel like I didn't explain enough, please make sure you drop it in the comments below. One other thing was someone stated that, can I slow down? Oh, I didn't even know. I thought I went as slow as I could. However, you can always pause the video, rewind the video, pause the video, rewind the video, and that will actually slow it down so that you could be able to get it. All right, you guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to another DOY creation video. I appreciate it so, so very much. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you are not part of this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure your bell setting is to all. Drop me a comment down below if you got a question or not, or if I answer those questions. Read your Bibles. Let's get a relationship with our Heavenly Father, because it is past time. All right, you guys, love you all, and I'll see you all in our next video. Bye, guys.